You were a cyclist when I met you.
Yeah,
You've been doing that for years too.
Still, yeah. No, I even rode.
You still do that?
Try to as often as I can. No, I've been involved in like safety awareness groups for cyclists.
Wait, safety awareness for cycling.
Yeah, but people getting a lot of cyclists getting run over or hurt. I mean, how many more cars there are on the road? It's not like they made the roads wider. I mean, there's a lot more traffic out there. People aren't being conscious, but let's not kid ourselves. We also are more distracted driving more than ever. I mean, how many times you drive down the road and, before it might be somebody glancing at a paper or something, but we've seen the girl putting on her makeup as she's going down the road, but now texting and the phones, it's bad. I've had a couple people that I've known get run over and killed.
Killed even?
Yeah, killed even.
Really?
Yeah. Firefighter, big community guy in Twin Falls named Ryan Franklin. And then another guy, now the name, of course, is going to escape me, Kevin Pavlis in Boise that used to ride on a cycling club I was part of. Sean Bradley from BYU basketball fame, he just got run over. And
was he on a bike? Is that what happened?
He was on a bike and they paralyzed him.
I know he's paralyzed.
And I mean, it's just...
Can you even imagine being with one of the tallest people on the planet and not being able to stand?
It's crazy.
It's
amazing. But yeah, I've been involved, and that's just part of it. For me, it's always been... I would never really realize how grounding being out on a bike, having the wind kind of going through your face and taking off and going on a training ride or whatever, how it kind of soothes my soul. So whether I'm climbing up a hill, which, by the way, here in St. George, there's no flat roads. Everything's up or down, which is great. It's challenging for me. And yeah, I've just kind of liked it. It's just more now. I'm not training to compete or anything like that. I do it because I'm passionate about it, almost, if not more, than the music that we talk about. I follow all the professional racing. I helped direct a professional team for a couple years. We were in the Tour of California, Tour of Colorado. We've done Tour of Utah over the years. Took a team to South America. We did a tour down there back in 2004.
Which would be cool for you since you're Spanish fluently.
Yeah. No, it was in Uruguay, and I took some guys from my team.
Is that where your family's from?
Yeah.
Uruguay, okay.
And so, yeah, it's been something I've just kind of immersed myself in more. And now I just kind of follow it more as a fan. But I can't watch or listen or know enough and feel content. I've learned to kind of balance that out with life. But, it's just a sport that I love. It's so freaking hard. And the guys that are doing it, obviously Lance Armstrong brought a tremendous amount of, eyes to the sport. But that's what I loved. And Lance was just a couple years younger than me. One of his guys that raced with him, George Hincapie, was somebody I grew up kind of knowing very well. I was really closer with Rich, his brother, that's a little bit older. And we were the same age. But yeah, that's just kind of a whole side, like my boss says, layers of an onion. I've got a lot of different facets, but I've kind of narrowed it down. Passionate about music, passionate about road cycling, and
You know who got into cycling? Actually, yeah, I'm sure it was. When I say cycling, I know that's because there's a lot of different things you could be involved with. So I got to be careful when I say that, or I'll get this wrong. But was Duff McKagan? Do you know that?
Yeah. No, I think I've seen a couple different things where he rides. Also, Reggie Miller from the Indiana Pacers, former basketball player. He's huge into cycling now. There's a lot of athletes out. I remember there was somebody when Lance first won like his first Tour de France. People were like, dude, how hard is that? And I guess the guy went to simulate like an effort or something. I think he was like a pro hockey or football player. And he lasted for like less than 5 minutes. He's like, what the hell? You're putting out, 400 watts of power for 20 minutes at a time or half an hour going up some climb, in the middle of, wherever in Europe, or it's it's a hard sport. And it's really more a lifestyle. I mean, to be good at to be a professional in cycling, it's really a full-on commitment. Lifestyle, food, training, and it's even so much more now. There's a kid from Boise, two kids from Boise, that I kind of saw growing up when I was racing. Matteo Jorgensen and another kid. His name's escaping me right now, but those kids, they're amazing. What they do and the dedication that they have. It's taking it to a whole nother level. It's cool. Sorry I forgot your name, man. In case they're watching, because I know they're probably not. But I try to follow it as much as I can. I limit myself to checking once a day, like the cycling news thing.
How interesting.
Yeah, it's a whole different facet of my life. It's not like I'm clicking on rock stuff or whatever, but you have things like YouTube and things that and YouTube channels that you can follow. A niche sport like this so much easier now than you would.
Right.
Than you would back in the 80s. You had to know somebody that knew somebody that has a VHS or that recorded it, or to get back in 1983 or even the 84 Olympics was just more kind of when I got really kind of into it. And I didn't know. I mean, my father raced a little bit with my uncle, and then it was my grandfather raced quite a bit in Uruguay. And I didn't know that till I started kind of liking it. So I just grew up playing American sports, kind of, baseball and stuff, because that's what my friends played. And not that I didn't like it, but I didn't know I was super hyper competitive, and I certainly enjoy winning more than losing. And so that was just kind of one of those things. So cycling was really cool because I couldn't blame my teammate or the pitcher, or hey, you didn't throw me the ball, I didn't hit the home run. It was more like win or lose, it's on me. And I really liked that. Plus the colors and the speed, and kind of checked a lot of boxes for me at a young age where I was like, whoa. And I think looking back now, kept me out of trouble, kept me kind of focused on a goal or things. And, I went to a lot of U.S. national championships and, helped tried out for the, national team, Olympic trials. And, I've kind of rubbed shoulders with a lot of people. And, it's a whole different world that I don't really talk about too much, but it is definitely, it's like a snippet, a facet of my life. You did acting and commercials, and you're hanging out with John Elway and people like that. I mean, if it's cycling related, especially road cycling, those are people that, if you're talking I hung out and went to clubbing in Las Vegas with Mario Cipollini, which is this Italian super sprinter. Yeah, he's the worst dancer, but hell of a dresser, But yeah, I mean, that's the people that that's my other little world that I kind of know. So, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that. I know almost nothing about that sport.
No, most
I knew that you were,
obviously,
I knew you were into it way back when, because when I first met you, that was one of the things. You had your bike.
Oh, I know. I didn't go to class.
I know.
I
remember.
Trained a lot.
I remember.
So, yeah, I know. It's you look back and you go, money not well spent.
Well, it was interesting. I mentioned Duff McKagan because that's the only thing I can think of that I could even relate to this topic. And it was because I read his. Have you read his biography?
No, I seen that show that he had
really
on Netflix.
Good.
His
book
guess
is
based
really
off
good.
the book, but it's really pretty awesome.
But yeah, basically cycling when he got clean, when he started cleaning himself up, that's what he went to.
Yeah, I mean, Alice Cooper golfs, a couple other. I mean, it takes so much energy and effort and focus, and you can go out for a ride, 2 hours like it's nothing. You play golf, that's 4 hours of your day. If you're trying to stay clean, trying to stay active, do whatever. That's a lot of time that you feel like you accomplished something, did something. Oh, I played around the golf and I scored, I broke 90 or whatever. I mean, whatever it is. I could see that. It's not playing checkers or some sport.
No, it's the physical outlet is. I can't tell you how many times I have this conversation. I was out to dinner with a friend of mine a couple nights ago, and he actually, when he was in his mid-40s, just decided that he was going to become a bodybuilder, and hired a trainer, changed all of his eating habits, all of his activity, and it was amazing because in less than a year, he went from just kind of looking like an average slob like me, just whatever. I'm not in terrible shape. I'm not in great shape. I'm just there.
Yeah.
You live but within 6 months, he just was ripped, just in incredible physical condition. But we talked about that, and it's interesting.
You look at Joe Perry went through that. I mean, a lot of guys that kind of hit the gym because it is an outlet, and then
it's good. It's not only good physically; it's good psychologically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
and this was some of the conversations I've had because it's one of those things, especially here in the time of a pandemic, and they tell people everybody's kind of locked in their houses and and we're eating more. Maybe people are putting on weight and that kind of thing, and it's like the worst thing you can do is just sit in there. It's like you've got to get outside, you've got to get in the sun, you've got to be moving. And it's interesting when all these people clean up, they discover that,
it's for sure, as you said. I'm sure there's an adrenaline rush to it, but I think psychologically it's proven. Vitamin D, being outside, running, biking, being out in the elements. There's a healthy thing about that, which I'm sure there's 100 books out there that tell you that. And so I think as people get healthier, they try to incorporate a healthier lifestyle, which incorporates some of these things. Yeah. I mean, for me, I know when I'm de-stressed or even when I ride, as much as I feel grounded, it also gives me a lot of thinking time.
Oh, man.
Look, it decompresses me. It's really healthy.
It's the strangest thing, but most of my best ideas have come when I've been running. And as long as I've had a run or a nap, for me, accomplish almost the same thing.
Siesta is what we call.
Yeah, it's funny, but if I get outside and if I can go running for an hour, it's like it clears my head.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
It makes me feel peaceful. It relaxes me. It's the weirdest thing, but it accomplishes similar things to sleep that sleep does.
Yeah. No, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just, middle-aged guys that have kind of figured it out,
Right before we did this tonight, I had to go run, and that's why. I mean, you get to a point where you almost depend on it like sleep. It's hard to miss it, if you don't get that into your schedule.
It's like people doing yoga, people doing things, going to the gym. I got to get, it is. There's a healthy mind, psychological cleansing aspect to it, without a doubt. I definitely try to ride as much as I can. I ride a lot indoors just simply because of time constraints. And that's gotten better with some new tech that's out there. It's
pretty cool, all the stuff that you can do with that now.
Yeah, it's really pretty cool. So it's good.
Thanks for watching this clip from our show. Please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you enjoyed this video, I bet you know somebody else who would enjoy it too, so share it with them. Go to our channel right now where you can watch full-length episodes, and thanks for stopping by.